Hello and welcome to episode 8, season 2 of Gridiron Entertainment, the official podcast for talking about football and football only. I'm Mo.
And I'm Omar, and welcome back to another episode. And Mo, what an exciting weekend it was for NFL football. It's back. It's better than ever. It exceeded all my expectations because of how great week one was. We saw so many great games, so many upsets. The fans are back. It's honestly great. I'm so happy that it's back.
Yes,
but first, we got to talk about some injuries that happened over week one. Ryan Fitzpatrick out 6 to 8 weeks. Raheem Mostert is done for the season for the San Francisco 49ers. Really tough for him as, you know, he's getting up there in age and he was RB1 and now he is done. So his future is in question. Odell Beckham did not play last Sunday and he won't play this Sunday. So we're going to get into that a little bit later on. But yeah, he is pretty much not going to play week two, which I don't blame the Browns for doing because, you know, I don't think they really need him right now. I would just bring him back when he's at 110%. Mo, any other injuries happen? Obviously, we know with the Ravens, but like, what else do you know?
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
Yeah, he got something with his hip.
Oh yeah,
which
yeah.
Really sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I said Ryan Fitzpatrick already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who else got hurt? I think someone else got hurt.
Mekhi Becton got hurt. He is out for a bit. Glad it's not for the season. Jets lineman out.
Oh yeah, Raheem Mostert. Oh my god, dude, that guy cannot stay healthy.
I feel bad for him. He's made out of glass.
Yeah, and he's getting death threats from fantasy owners, which is really messed up.
I mean, yeah, look at how low people sunk, bro. This is a man at the end of the day, okay? It kind of sucks.
Yeah, I don't like when people put fantasy over a player's well-being. Obviously the player isn't gonna care about your fantasy, so
they really don't. That's what
people... I remember last year, Valdez-Scantling, Packers receiver, he quote tweeted someone was like, "Hey, I need to do good in fantasy. I need to win." And then he's like, "Dude, I don't care about your fantasy. I care about my team."
Winning. Exactly. Other injuries that happened as well. Gerald McCoy got hurt again. Kind of sucks since he was hurt last year. He was out for the year. He gets hurt again. Yannick Ngakoue for the Raiders is also hurt. Ravens guard also hurt. A lot of Ravens players out. Marcus Peters got hurt. Justice Hill got hurt. Gus Edwards got hurt. A lot of sad, terrible injuries happened over the weekend. And, you know, we'll have to see what happens with the big one for me. I mean, I don't know what the biggest one for you is, but, you know, I feel like being Mekhi Becton is a really big one for the Jets, considering he was holding it down and he's probably their best lineman on their team. And in general could be one of the best in the AFC East. So there's that as well. So it's a very unfortunate injury for him to go down like that. Going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks. And
I mean, I think the biggest one is Marcus Peters because he's a top 10 corner, and he literally tore his ACL right after the play after Gus Edwards, or not Gus Edwards.
Yeah, Gus Edwards. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gus Edwards.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I know, right? What are the odds too? You know what I'm saying? That's just tough. What are the odds of that happening? I just wonder to myself. I'm like, hey, I think the Ravens need a new strength and conditioning coach because everyone's just getting hurt left, right, and center.
Yeah, bro.
So yeah, really wish those guys a speedy recovery. And now we're going to recap a few games for week one. Mo, we got to start with Thursday night. Last Thursday night's game lived up to all the hype. We saw Dak come back healthier than ever. He looked really good. He threw 58 passes that night, and he didn't look like he missed a beat. We saw Tom Brady, who, you know, when you give Tom Brady that much time, you already know it's game over. What a great game to start off Thursday night. Great way to start off the season. Other games that stood out to me as well was the Steelers, because, you know, I expected Josh Allen to go in there and dot him up, but TJ Watt had other plans and he just was a madman that night. And even with
there was a lot of upsets.
There were. Bengals won against the Vikings. I don't know if I would consider that an upset. I mean, I would. We saw Joe Burrow come back and he looked like a franchise quarterback. We saw
and Jamar Chase
go off after what he said. right before the game about him not being able to catch the ball, having drops, having problems. One of the more shocking games to me was the Cardinals against the Titans, because Chandler Jones got 5 sacks and
Dude, the
Kyler Murray
Titans
got 5
O-line
touchdowns.
literally couldn't do anything.
And their defense couldn't do anything either. We saw DeAndre Hopkins have a great game. Kyler Murray playing out of his mind. Like, that's how good he was that game. And honestly, the Titans, they got to rebuild and regroup, because really, like, you get Julio Jones, and Julio Jones was really a big contributor week 1. So we have to wait and see what happens with them. We saw a great game between the Chiefs and the Browns, where it came down to special teams. You know what I mean? We saw that Chiefs team, like, they just got so much better. You see how much better they got? And like the Browns, they put up a good fight. It's just the special teams really killed them at the end. The muff punt by the punter, the muff snap by the punter, the Nick Chubb fumble, all of those came back and cost them. So there was that as well.
Yeah, they were up too.
Yeah, they were. They were up, and you know what? The Chiefs just didn't give up. That's the thing about the Chiefs. You can't count them out no matter what. They're down by 2 possessions. They're going to come back and win regardless. We saw the battle of the Alabama quarterbacks. We saw the Dolphins play the Patriots, and we saw Damian Harris, who fumbled in the red zone, which gave the Dolphins the win. Tua, Mac Jones looked pretty decent. I saw him play. He looked really good. Tua, he's getting a little bit more comfortable, which makes me a little bit, which gives them a little bit more confidence in Tua, because I remember before when you sent me on Instagram how they didn't even name him a captain, which is
that was messed up.
Yeah. The Saints playing the Packers. Jameis Winston throws 5 touchdowns, and we saw like this game, which was so one-sided for the Saints that no one expected this. And the Packers just looked off. Like, everything looked off. I know you told me you were going to watch the highlights because you were at work. Like, what did you see, Mo? Like, what did you see?
Well, from what I saw, we put like pigs in a poo hole, honestly. We played like trash. I don't know what the hell we were thinking. The play calling sucked. Our defense sucked. Dude, Kevin King, oh my God. Dude, oh, he is so bad. Dude, like, we just played like really bad.
Yeah, and that's to me shocking. Aaron Rodgers too. Aaron Rodgers was not in his rhythm as well. He didn't play that great. The run game, there was no run game. You know what I mean? So they really got to get this fixed. I know it's only week 1. It's okay, but like, they got to get that fixed. We saw Matthew Stafford for the Rams go off and his new team. And honestly, this is a great fit for the Rams. I think they got their guy. I think they got their quarterback. I like Matthew Stafford. I know you do too, Mo. Basically, like, he just played lights out.
I'm so happy like he's actually on a good team, not like on a trash poverty team like the Lions.
I know, right? For real, man. But yeah, the Lions also fought back against the Niners. I know they lost, but they came back and they put up a good fight. Just too little, too late for them. The Niners really got to fix what they're doing. They almost lost. They almost blew the game against the Lions. And the last game of is Monday Night Football. We saw the Raiders, first game with fans in Allegiant Stadium. They beat the Ravens in an overtime thriller. And as it went back and forth, and we all thought, the Ravens intercepted in the end zone in overtime, and then you see Lamar fumble, and then you would think, hey, the Raiders were gonna go for a field goal, but no, Derek Carr drops back, throws it up to Zay Jones, and throws the game-winning touchdown. And you just got to stop doubting Derek Carr. You know what I mean? Like, people just got to stop. I don't know why there's so much doubt in him. Look at him. And he has a terrible offensive line as well. You know what I mean? And the Ravens, the right side of the line is terrible. The defense really gave up.
Dude, Villanueva sucks.
Yeah, Villanueva needs to get cut like ASAP. Like, he is not it. And now the Ravens, and they're playing, guess who they're playing Sunday night? They're playing the Chiefs. So they're probably going to go 0-2. So yeah, it's a lot of questions to Baltimore.
Like the game-winning play with the Raiders, dude, like, oh my God. I've never seen a secondary give up like that easily than the Ravens. Like the pass, like literally the secondary, they weren't even running. They were literally just jogging.
Yeah.
They literally gave up so easily.
So now they got to make those adjustments, because honestly, it looks like the Ravens, they can start 0-2, potentially 0-3. So we have to wait and see with that. And I really do hope they get that line fixed, because I'm not going to lie to you. The Ravens had enough money to make their line a lot better. They chose not to do it. The Chiefs did it, and look at how good the Chiefs offensive line is compared to that Super Bowl.
Yeah, facts.
So yeah. Next order of business. We got some interesting news here. Josh Gordon has done his treatment, former NFL wide receiver. He is now pending permission to join back, to be reinstated in the league by Commissioner Goodell. Mo, what do you think about Josh Gordon coming back to the league? Obviously, this is like his upteenth chance. Like, where do you want to see Josh Gordon go next?
I mean, this is like the 8th time this has happened where he just like gets reinstated and then he gets suspended again. I mean, like when you look back, like at his prime, he literally would have broken like the most yards in a season if he like played like 2 more, like if he didn't get hurt, because like he was going off with the Browns, like I forgot what year.
I think it was 2014. I'm pretty sure it was 2014.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He was going off.
He was going off. He was going crazy. I mean, he was doing.
So like obviously we know like he's very talented.
Yes.
But like he needs to stay off the weed.
Oh yeah, he does during the season. He wants to smoke in the off season. He can do that, but don't do it during the season. Now, I will say I don't really know where Josh Gordon would go next. I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll go to like any team. I mean, like I'm looking at like the Lions they need wide receivers. The Texans, they need wide receivers. You know what I mean? Like those are a few teams I can think of right now, because I mean, this Josh Gordon he's not the same guy. He's not the same guy from 4 or 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be different. I think he's just going to contribute a little bit. He's not going to be a star wide receiver on the team. He's probably going to be like a wide receiver 3 or a wide receiver 4. And that's where I see him as if he is reinstated in the league.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
I wonder where he'd go.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so you got to think about, okay, which teams need wide receiver, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Packers. Okay, fine. Who else needs wide receivers? I mean, the Texans need not the Cardinals, not the Dolphins. I mean, the Texans, the Lions. I mean, that's another team. The Patriots. Yeah. I mean, those are a few teams he can go to, but I don't know if he'll contribute as much as I think he would. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Dang.
Yeah.
You're really not believing in him.
I do believe in him, but I mean, I really don't know if I should, because he's been suspended so many times. But like, if you're asking me if he's going to be a superstar wide receiver again, I don't think he will.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, he's past his prime. Like he's getting up there in age.
Yeah, exactly. Just getting up there in age. He's not the same player, and he wasted so many years just being out of the league.
And also, also, by the way, they brought back jersey exchanges.
I'm happy about that. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of dumb that they didn't have it like last year.
COVID.
So
that's it. Just COVID. You could deliver the jerseys.
You're literally like tackling them for like 3 hours straight. So
yeah, that is true. Actually, you know what? Yeah. You make a good point there. If you're tackling for 3 hours straight, you're running around, you're breathing on everyone. Like, I don't understand what difference would a jersey swap make. Okay, I see your point with that. Yeah. But I mean, I think Josh Gordon, wherever he goes, is just going to contribute a little bit. Like, he's not going to be the main emphasis on the offense, if you know what I mean.
But like, he was so fun to watch.
Oh yeah, he was. He was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. I mean, him and Jason Campbell. By the way, that's who his quarterback was. It was Jason Campbell. It was just
on the Browns.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I know, right? Actually, Jason Campbell actually did pretty decent when Josh Gordon was there. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with him. I want him back in the league. I just like him back. I know he wants to play football again, but he has to just
2013, he had 87 receptions, 1,600 yards, 9 touchdowns.
That's
and
phenomenal.
he missed 2 games.
Yeah.
So if he like played those 2 games, like
he would have gotten 2,000 yards.
He was literally averaging 100 yards per game.
Yeah, he could have gotten close to 2,000, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully he's back. If he's back, he is. If he's not, it is what it is. Next order of business, Steelers, TJ Watt signed a 4-year, $112 million deal with $80 million guaranteed. He signed this a few days before kickoff. Mo, I want to get your thoughts on this deal. And do you actually think JJ Watt is worth that much money?
Well, JJ Watt?
TJ, sorry, TJ.
Yeah, I was confused there.
Yeah, I know, right?
And yes, he is worth the money. He's like amazing. Like, I mean, the fact that he literally had to got into a dispute to begin with is like really stupid. They should have paid him like from the start. Like he literally proved he's literally like a top 3 edge rusher in the league. So like it's just insane how like this even started. And like the fact that like his teammates had to like support him, like it's crazy.
No, I agree with you with that. I mean, TJ Watt has been phenomenal for the past, like, for his 4-year contract. I mean, look at what he's done for the Steelers. Look at the contribution he makes on defense. Look at what he did week 1 against the Bills. He was all over Josh Allen. You know, he was all over him. Like,
and
he was
their best player on defense.
Yeah, he is. He is literally their best player on defense. So he is worth all the money. And honestly, to invest it in TJ Watt, you literally should not have a problem with that. It's a good investment. It's a good long-term investment. And I think he's going to do great things for the Steelers for years to come. So I don't know why it took so long. I heard he even had to like march into the office to get the deal done. I don't know if you heard about that. Like he literally marched into owner's office, Art Rooney, and he went in and he literally was like, you know, got the deal done that way. Literally marched into the office and got it done.
So he had to approach them.
Yeah. Can't you believe that?
Dang.
I mean, he got what he wanted, right? I mean, he got 80 million guaranteed. So, I mean, can't complain about that.
He deserves that bag.
He does deserve the bag. He deserves the money. He deserves every cent of it. And he's going to do great for the Steelers for so many years, you know, without injury, obviously, you know, regarding like, you know, if no injuries happen, then yeah, he's going to do great things for them. So, I mean, it's not a no-brainer that they should have gotten this done. Honestly, they should have gotten it done in July. That's what I think. They should have just gotten it done in July. That's my opinion. But congratulations, TJ Watt. You got your money, and now you're gonna haunt offensive linemen and offenses for the rest of your career. Well, the rest of your 4 years with the Steelers, unless you go somewhere else. So there you go. Next up, we got Saints cornerback Marshon Lattimore. He signs a 5-year, $97.6 million extension with $68.3 million guaranteed. Only problem is, so he signed this contract before the game, and guess what? He hurt his finger after the game. So he is out for a few weeks. Talk about actually like, just like imagine he just got hurt before. He would have not gotten this extension. Mo, what do you think about Marshon Lattimore getting this deal? Like, where do you see him as, like, in ranking, like the corners in the league? Like, where do you see him as, like top 8, top 10? Like, where do you see him as in the league?
I think he's like top 8. Yeah, dude, he's a great corner, and like, I mean, he deserves the money. But I mean, it kind of was like lucky because like I mean, if like who was that Ravens line? Ronnie Staley.
Yeah, Ronnie Staley.
Like, you know how like he tore his ACL right after he signed like an extension.
Yep.
Like that was like just perfect timing.
Yeah. Also, another one I like to mention, Todd Gurley. Before they found out he had arthritis in his knee, he signed that contract extension, and then then they found the diagnosis a week after he signed his contract. So that's another one. So yeah, talk about being lucky. But I mean, he'll be out for a few weeks, but I think locking him in for another 5 years, I think it's a good investment. I think, like, considering that he's like a top 8.
Didn't he get like arrested?
Was that him?
A few months back.
I think it was him, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was him. Yeah, it was him. I remember now. I mean, hopefully he's fine.
What did he do?
DUI?
What an idiot.
DUI. Yeah, DUI. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy he got his contract. I mean, I think he's worth every penny. I think, like, with him being a top 8 corner, I mean, I think the Saints locking him in was the right move and the right decision. Now he just has to stay out of trouble and not do it again. Not get arrested for DWI, like, just can't do anything like that. Can't get into any trouble. He's one of the top paid corners in the league, and he needs to, act like one. You know what I'm saying? Act like he is a top paid corner, which is what he is. He just has to, live up to a higher standard. So, I mean, I think the Saints securing this is good. He's going to be out for a few weeks. I'm glad it's not a major injury. I heard it's like a finger injury. That's what I saw. Like, I was reading it, just like he hurt his finger. So he's going to be out for too long. So Marcus Lattimore,
And
good
like
for him.
also, I mean,
Yeah,
without him, like the Saints like secondary is like
pretty
not
bad.
good.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
bad. It's pretty atrocious if you ask me. So yeah, I mean, it's just they just had to do what they had to do, and I think just signing him, just keeping him around, you really can't. You can't like as a Saints, like as an organization, you can't really like complain about it. I think just locking him in next 5 years, he's still young. No brainer at all. No brainer at all.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got to talk about Deshaun Watson. So, obviously, he has his hearing coming up. Should take place in mid-October. So apparently, trade talks could pick up before November 2nd deadline with Miami, Philadelphia, Carolina, and Denver as landing spots. Depending how their teams are doing at that point of the season, which is the midway point. Mo, what do you think? Do you think there's going to be a Deshaun Watson trade before the November 2nd deadline?
I mean, I hope, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Like, do you think if he's acquitted or anything like that, they don't find anything wrong, in the suits, do you think that he'll actually get out of Houston this year? Or do you think,
Yeah. I think
yeah,
the second like that does happen, if it does happen, like he's gonna go somewhere. Like because like literally the only reason why teams like aren't going for him is because of that.
yeah,
It's not because
exactly.
like he's a bad player. It's literally just because like he has off the field issues.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. So, where would you want to see Deshaun Watson go? If you, out of these four teams, where would you like to see him go?
The Dolphins
The
or
Dolphins.
the Broncos.
Okay. I'm more of on I'm also the same way. Dolphins, Broncos, maybe the Panthers, because I think the Panthers have a really interesting offense. Plus, like I feel like he would be a great fit there in Carolina. That's what I think.
I kind of
Like,
want him. I kind of want him to go to the AFC though, or yeah, stay in the AFC.
you want me to stay in the AFC?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Denver would be great, honestly. That's like where I would like him to go. I mean, I also think that Denver, they probably trust Teddy a little bit more than Miami trusts Tua. So that's why I think like also like Miami would be a top spot for him, because like we said before, like they took away his captain, like they didn't vote him as a captain. I don't really think they trust him. Like I don't think his teammates trust him. And I think they'd rather have Deshaun Watson, which I mean, I would also rather have Deshaun Watson too. I mean, he's just top three quarterback in the league. So yeah, that's where I see it as it is. But if he does, I think what's going to happen with this is the FBI is already getting involved. I think there should be something in middle of October before the November 2nd deadline, and I think that they're going to find a way to get that trade done if he is found innocent. Because if he's found innocent, I don't understand why the Texans would decide to keep him, because he's not staying. You know what I mean? Like he's not going to stay. So Texans should just go full rebuild mode as soon as they hear that Deshaun Watson is innocent and there's no like findings that he did anything with these women. Then yeah, then that's all she wrote. Then they'll get the picks that they want and the players that they want. Because I think a team that is desperate to go all in and win would do that.
but the question is, how much would you give up for Deshaun Watson?
Honestly, dude, I feel like I would give up maybe like 2 firsts and maybe like 2 players. I think, and then they give me a player as well, or they can give me a pick for Deshaun Watson as well. Like they give me one of their picks, but I think 2 firsts. Look, if you give 2 firsts, a second, I think that has to be enough, right? That has to be enough. If you're getting 2 of my seconds, that has to be enough. You know what I'm saying? Like that's enough draft capital for you to
Yeah,
rebuild the team.
That's like four like highly like um like highly like recruited prospects.
Exactly. And most likely, like you can trade those picks up in the draft if you want. And I think the Texans would do that. But yeah, I mean, that's how I see it. I mean, I just see it as a 2 firsts and a second and maybe a player for Deshaun Watson. And maybe the Texans can give me like, I don't know, like a 4th round pick or a 5th round pick. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully he's found innocent in all of this and that we're able to move on and Deshaun Watson's able to move on, because I know it was, by the way, it was Deshaun Watson's birthday today. I don't know if you knew. NFL didn't
Yeah,
post anything about.
I saw a story.
Yeah, NFL didn't post anything about that for obvious reasons.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Of course. But yeah, I saw. Yeah, you follow him on Instagram too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was his birthday today. So happy birthday to Deshaun Watson. And hopefully that you're actually innocent and you can actually move on with your life after all of this. So yeah, that's where we are with that. Next up, we got to talk about the Ravens. So they have a lot of injuries, right? As a Ravens fan, I'm pretty depressed, because we just lost to the Raiders. And we lost Justice Hill, Gus Edwards, Marcus Peters, J.K. Dobbins in the span of like 4 weeks. And yeah, and now we have Le'Veon Bell, and we just signed Latavius Murray, who looked pretty decent on Monday night. You know what I mean? I still think Tyson Williams should start because, he did a pretty good job. So I just want to get your thoughts on these Ravens injury woes. Like, what do you think about all of this?
I mean, I think they're cursed. I mean, I don't know how that all happened, and they all got the exact same injury as well. There must be a curse.
It has to be a curse, dude. So like, what do you think the Ravens need to do from here? Like, they obviously, like, it's very difficult for them now to do anything about these injuries. But like, what's their next move now? Like, what do they do now?
Well, I mean, I saw they got Latavius Murray and Devonta Freeman, or no, Le'Veon Bell and Devonta Freeman.
Yeah.
So I mean, they got those running backs, and I don't know how they're gonna replace Marcus Peters. I don't know what other corners they have. I mean, they have a good defense. They still have a great players on defense.
Yeah. I'm the same way, bro. Like, I think they'll find a way to get it all together. But for now, like, this is not good news for them. Really unlucky and unfortunate. We saw the Colts with their injuries early on in camp, and we actually thought that they were the unlucky team. But, the Ravens just were even more unlucky. They lost J.K. Dobbins, who was primed to have a good year, a very good year. Then, you lose Gus Edwards as well, who's actually also a very good running back too, who got hurt. You lose Justice Hill, who got hurt as well. And then you lost Marcus Peters on the same day as Gus Edwards. I remember I was scrambling in fantasy because I had him I had Gus Edwards in another league. I literally had to drop him and was literally scrambling to find Latavius Murray or just whoever they're gonna sign, because I was like, I'm not gonna pick up Le'Veon Bell because I really don't want to. So yeah, it was just
I got Gus Edwards as well. And I was really excited. And then he literally and then Adam Schefter's tweets, Gus Edwards on the ground holding his knee, not looking good. I was just feeling pain. And also, can we talk about Brandon Aiyuk getting benched by the Niners?
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about Brandon Aiyuk for a bit. Okay, let's add that in. Brandon Aiyuk, he got outworked by Sheffield. Is that his name? Right? Who's the Niners? Who's that Niners wide receiver that he got outworked by?
I don't know, but that's just messed up.
Let's find it. One sec. Oh, Trent Sherfield. He got outworked by this guy, Vanderbilt. He played at Vanderbilt. Okay. So I don't know what Shanahan's problem is with Brandon Aiyuk, because I literally had a friend, right? Guess who the players he had on his team last week. Just take a guess. Guess. So first one, Aaron Rodgers. Second one, Brandon Aiyuk. The third one, Mike Gesicki. He started all three of them.
Damn.
Right? So yeah, he was pretty pissed. He dropped Gesicki. He was like, "Yeah, I'm done with this guy. He's gone. Bye-bye." You know what I mean? He dropped him. Now, sure. Now, I don't know. What do you think the problem is with Aiyuk? Do you think wasn't he nursing an injury? I heard he was nursing an injury.
Dude, mean, if he's healthy, then why would you not? He's a really talented receiver. I mean, he had a good year last year. I don't see why you would bench him.
That's what I'm saying too. I mean,
Deebo Samuel literally carried
yeah, he went off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm reading the Niners Wire right now. There's an article about Brandon Aiyuk, so I'm gonna go ahead and check that out. Disappeared. He wasn't punished. It's because of a bulky hamstring, apparently.
Oh.
Apparently, it's a bulky hamstring. I don't know. I don't know if it's true. I mean, I hope it's true because I'd rather him have a nagging injury than to be just benched just for no reason. So I don't know what the Niners do. Like, he's very talented. I want him to see him actually play against the Eagles next week. So, we just have to wait and pray and just see what happens with that. But hopefully Brandon Aiyuk can redeem himself from, not playing week 1. And also, like, with that injury, hopefully he gets better.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mo, it is now time for our week 2 predictions for the NFL. We went 9-7 last week. A lot of shocker games, actually. Like, just the games went crazy. So, hopefully we have a better week this week. Do you have your pigskin pick'em pulled up?
Yeah, I have it right now.
All right, great. Yeah, okay, I have it pulled up too right here. All right, so let's start off Thursday night football. We got the Giants playing the Washington football team, and the Washington football team, they are 3.5-point favorites, over under 40.5. Mo, who do you got?
I got Washington. I mean, they put up a good fight with they put up a good fight against the Chargers, but they fell out short. I think Heineke is gonna play QB. So it's gonna be interesting seeing how he does.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like the Giants, they looked so bad against the Panthers. Is that
You mean the Broncos? The Broncos. They played the Broncos last week.
Yeah, dude, they played so bad.
Yeah.
Like Daniel Jones, he just is not good.
He's a turnover machine. Saquon Barkley is still kind of scared.
Their defense played pretty bad as well.
Yeah, I know, against Teddy Bridgewater and the Broncos. I mean, yeah, I'm also going with Washington on this. I know they're a 3.5-point favorite. I think Taylor Heineke is good enough to get the win against them. He played pretty decent when he came in for Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's just, they got pretty unlucky during the game. Antonio Gibson fumbled, and like they fought, like you said, like they put up a good fight. I'm still going to go Washington on this Thursday night football. They're going to redeem themselves. The Giants, they got to do something at quarterback, man, because honestly, Daniel Jones ain't it. Like sign Cam. I mean, I think Washington should go after Cam too. That's another thing we should have mentioned before, but it's okay. But yeah, like I think Washington should go after Cam as well. Just depends on how Heineke played. Now, if Heineke plays good, I don't think they're going to go after Cam. If Heineke plays like crap, then obviously they will. Or the Giants could go after Cam too, but we'll have to wait and see with that. Give me Washington 3.5. I'll take that line any day of the week. All right. Next up, we got the Bengals playing the Bears in Chicago. Chicago is a 2.5-point favorite. Chicago is coming off a loss against the Rams, and the Bengals are coming off a big win against the Vikings. Mo, who do you got?
I think I got the Bengals. Because, I mean, actually, it depends. If Justin Fields plays, I think Chicago's gonna win. But I mean, I haven't heard anything about him starting, so I'm just gonna roll with that. Andy Dalton's gonna play, so I'm picking the Bengals.
Okay, I think I'm gonna pick the Bengals as well in a close contest. I like that Joe Burrow is more comfortable now in the pocket. Like, he looks really good. Jamar Chase played great. Joe Mixon also had a great game. Now, Chicago. Here's my problem with Chicago on Sunday night, right? I felt like their defense kind of just got tired. They kind of gave out because the offense wasn't really doing too much besides David Montgomery, David Montgomery, he's great. Honestly, like probably my favorite Bears player with Allen Robinson there. Andy Dalton, I mean, he had some moments, but I just don't think the offense clicks with him. Like, I literally don't think it does. Matt Nagy was super, super aggressive early, which was really bad. I don't know why he kept going for it on 4th down, because every time he did, he didn't really convert. That's one thing I didn't like. With the Bengals, I liked how they played an emotional game in front of their fans. I like how Joe Burrow felt comfortable after the ACL injury. The defense fought hard against Kirk Cousins with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook there. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take the Bengals.
And also, no one's talking about like the Bengals D-line. They literally held Dalvin Cook to like 60 yards on like 20 carries.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. And they thought losing Carl Lawson was going to be a big thing. I mean, Trey Hendrickson came in, did his thing. But yeah, I mean, this Bengals team is actually very underrated. Like, I like this team a lot. I like the potential that there is. I mean, I know they only played one game, but I mean, the sky's the limit for them right now. Like they just have to keep playing good football. If they can beat Chicago now, I know Andy Dalton is playing against his old team, and maybe Andy Dalton will go off this game. Maybe he does, but the Bears' offensive line is still very bad. Now the Bengals is also very bad too. I just think that the Bengals. I think that the Bears without Justin Fields, they're not going to win. I'm with you that if Justin Fields plays, they're going to win. But give me the Bengals, and it's going to be a close game. It's going to be like a 3-point game to end it off. It's going to be very close.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Next up, we got the Texans playing the Browns in Cleveland. The Texans beat the Jaguars week 1, and the Browns lost to the Chiefs and a nail biter. Cleveland is a 12.5-point favorite, over under 48. Mo, who do you got?
I have the Browns ever in a heartbeat, honestly. I think like their win was or their loss was really unlucky. I feel like they should have like won, but like they made too many mistakes. But I mean, I think like just Nick Chubb is just gonna like just run through that Texas defense, and yeah, I think they're gonna win like pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I got the Browns. I know they're very mad about what happened last Sunday. They should have won the game. They had their chances. They were up. They just had a couple of miscues that made them lose. But this Browns team is still very good. And, even without Odell Beckham playing this week, I think they're still going to put up points. The Texans, they obviously got to win, but they played a very bad Jacksonville Jaguars defense. And I mean, I'm happy Tyrod Taylor had a good game. I just don't like the run game for the Texans. There's too many running backs. Mark Ingram had 26 carries and he only got 85 yards. That's pretty bad. So I'm going to go with the Browns. I don't know if it'll be a 12.5-point game. I really don't. I think I can see the Browns maybe winning by 7, but I don't think they're going to win by 12.5. I mean, I think I understand why they have the line like that, but I think that it's going to be like a 10.5-point game. But give me the Browns in this one. They're going to get the revenge for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got the Rams traveling to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Rams are a 3.5-point favorite. Mo, who do you got?
I mean, it says right here that like 94% picked the Rams, but like I think this is gonna be a closer game than people think it, or than people think it will be.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I still think the Rams are gonna win because they're the better overall team, but I mean, I think the Colts will keep it close.
You know what? I agree with you on that. I also have the Rams, but I think the Colts will also keep it close. Now, obviously, they played the Seahawks. The Colts lost to the Seahawks last week, and I mean, they put up. I felt like the offense was a little bit out of sorts. The defense gave up way too many big plays, which is as to why they lost that game. Now it's going to be close. Obviously, 3.5 is a good line. That's a very good line, and I think it's going to be like that. But the Rams offense is so good. Even though they lost Cam Akers, I mean, Darrell Henderson is fitting into that role perfectly. You know what I mean? He came on late, in the game against the Bears. But honestly, like, you can't go wrong with this Rams offense and their defense with Aaron Donald there and Jalen Ramsey, who's still playing like an animal and held it down against Allen Robinson. The Colts, obviously, they're very talented everywhere. I just think Carson Wentz just has to get accustomed to the offense. I think even if they go 0-2, I don't think Colts fans should panic because I think they're going to find a way to at least make the playoffs. Because I really am not a huge believer in the Titans right now because of what happened to them last Sunday against the Cardinals. But we'll have to wait and see. Give me the Rams, 3.5. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I'm taking the Rams in this one. I think Matthew Stafford, he looks so good there. And, everything is right with the world.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got the Bills traveling to Miami to take on the Dolphins. The Bills are a 3.5-point favorite. The Bills lost to the Steelers last Sunday, and the Dolphins beat the Patriots by 1 point. Mo, who do you got?
I think I got the Bills because, like, I mean, yeah, obviously, like their win against the Steelers was disappointing, but like I think they will like make a bounce back. The Dolphins, I mean, their offense, I feel like it's just like it's like really slow. Like if that makes sense. Like
it's not clicking. Is it not clicking?
Yeah. I feel like it's just like I don't know if it's like the play calling or like what, or like if it's Tua, but like I feel like whenever I watch them, it's just like it doesn't feel like I'm watching like an NFL offense.
Yeah. Okay, I can go ahead with that. I mean, They look really different with Tua. I think the offense is like way slowed down for him, and I don't think it's a good thing considering that they have so much talent everywhere on that offense and also on their defense too. The Bills they played, they just did not show up against the Steelers. The Steelers defense had their number like all game, but I think Josh Allen's going to bounce back. And I mean, they paid him all that money for a reason, right? So I'm going to take the Bills. This is going to be a very good game. It's going to be a tight game. Dolphins are getting Will Fuller back. So he's going to come back this week. But you gotta go with the Bills on this one. I just think that the Bills are just way too skilled. Stephon Diggs is still there. And I mean, I think they're going to find a way to bounce back. I don't think they're going to go 0-2. I really just can't see it. Bills are a 3.5-point favorite, and I'll take that line any day of the week. Yeah. All right. Next up, we got the Patriots traveling to MetLife to take on the New York Jets. The Patriots are a 6-point favorite. The Patriots lost to the Dolphins last Sunday, and the Jets lost to the Panthers. Mo, who do you got?
Wow, 2 rookie QBs. I have the Patriots, dude. The Jets, they're just not good. Like, their O-line is like been trashed for like the last like what 8 years. Like,
Yeah,
it's just really bad. And I mean, Zach Wilson, he didn't have like a terrible game, but like, and also the Patriots defense is really good. So I mean, I got the Patriots.
Yeah, I got the Patriots too. I mean, Mac Jones played solid. I mean, he was pretty solid in his debut. So was Zach Wilson. I just think that first off, the Jets offensive line is very bad. It's still atrocious. Like they still have a lot of work to do. Now, Corey Davis is a nice addition to that team. Like he played pretty good, 5 receptions for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. But this Jets team, they still need a lot of work. Look, they're young. Mekhi Becton is out too, so that's gonna be a sting. It's gonna be a sting to the Jets offense. And I think the Patriots, they could have won last week if it wasn't for the fumble in the red zone. I think they would have won against the Dolphins. But I really do think like Bill Belichick's got a plan. I'm going to go with the Patriots on this one. They're a 6-point favorite, and I think that's where they should be. The Patriots are a lot better than the Jets, so I expect the Patriots to bounce back nicely this week. So, yeah. Next up, we got the Niners playing the Eagles in Philly. The Niners are a 3-point favorite. The Niners came off a win against the Lions, and the Eagles came off a win against the Falcons. Mo, who do you got?
I got the. Wait, hang on. Something's going on with my pigskin pick'em.
It's okay.
Okay. I got actually. You know what? I think this is gonna be a good game.
Yeah, me too.
Because the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, like he actually did really good. Like him and Devonta Smith. Obviously, like they play the Falcons, who are like they're not like the best. They're not like a really good team. But I mean, I think this is gonna be a close game. And obviously, and the Niners, they almost choked against the Lions. And also, they're like, I don't know what's up with the Niners and injuries. Like every year, they always deal with injuries. But, you know what? I think the Eagles are gonna upset. I think the Eagles are gonna upset.
You read my mind, my friend. I also have the Eagles in an upset. I really liked how Jalen Hurts played. This offensive line is healthy. Now, I only have concerns about their defense, but I think they're okay. I think they're going to be just fine. The Niners, they're really weird. Like they should have won big time against the Lions. They should have kept their lead, but they just kept them in the game, kept them coming back. And, they're in Philly. Weather's going to be great, 83 degrees, partly cloudy. I think that the Eagles, I think they found their quarterback of the future. They found their franchise quarterback. Hopefully they did, because we said that about Carson Wentz. And guess what happened to that? So I think that the Eagles, I got them winning this game. I'm really high on them. I think the Eagles are going to cover. I know the Niners are a 3-point favorite, but I mean, Philly, I think they're going to take this game. They're going to run with it, and they're going to be 2-0.
And also, like the Niners were up like 41-10. And then they allowed like 23 unanswered points. Like against the Lions too.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like bad.
That's not good. That's really bad. You gave up that many points to Jared Goff. So I mean, that's really terrible.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, yeah, I just think the Eagles are just I know they played the Falcons, but I just have more trust in them now than I do in the Niners. So that's pretty much where I stand on that. Next up, we got the Raiders traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. The Steelers are a 5.5-point favorite. The Raiders are coming off a big thriller against the Ravens on Monday Night Football, and the Steelers are coming off a big win against Buffalo. Mo, who do you got?
Ooh, this is like another good game. Um, I have the Steelers. I think the Steelers are gonna win. Big like mainly because their defense. I think the defense is gonna carry them this game, and like, but I mean the Raiders they had a huge win, so like we know that they can like get some upsets. So like who knows? But I think the Steelers are gonna win.
Okay. Yeah, I also have the Steelers in this one. I think their defense is way too good. I know that Derek Carr and them, they're coming off a big win, but I just think the Steelers are just way too talented on defense. Also, I think Najee Harris is going to have a way better game because he did not play great. But then again, he played against the Bills, but he had 16 carries, but he did not muster the yards that he needed. I think like Big Ben still has that noodle arm, which I really don't trust at all. And the Raiders, they're young. I like Max Crosby a lot. He did really great. Carl Nassib had a really good game. Ngakoue did good, but he's suffered an injury. But I think with the Steelers, it's just all about, their defense. If their defense can just play their socks off, I think they're going to carry them to victory. So, they're a 5.5-point favorite. I think this game's going to be very close until the end. But give me the Steelers on this one, man. I got the Steelers winning this. Next up, we got the Saints traveling to North Carolina to take on the Panthers. The Saints are a 3-point favorite. The Saints are coming off a big win against the Packers, and the Panthers are coming off a win against the Jets. Mo, who do you got?
Well, I'm very pissed off at the Saints for what they did, but I think they're gonna win this game. Like Jameis Winston, he looked really good. Obviously they got Kamara. Like they still have a solid team. And the Panthers, like their defense, I like their defense, but like I just think the Saints are too good for them.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I got the Saints as well. I think the Saints are way too good. I think that they have a solid team, like way too solid. Like their team is very good. I think that Jameis Winston came into his own. I know he didn't throw for that many yards, but he still got the job done. Did not turn the ball over a lot. The Panthers, they struggled a little bit against the Jets until the end. I think that they just got to do a little bit more to keep up with the lead. I know Sam Darnold, he's just getting comfortable in the offense, but I think this game's going to be pretty good. You got two young teams facing off against each other in an NFC South matchup, and really can't go wrong with this. But I got the Saints. I think the Saints, their defense is still really good. And I think Sean Payton's a mastermind. Like he's a great coach. Like he knows what he is doing. He has a plan with Jameis Winston, and like he's executed it perfectly against the Packers. So I think that the Saints are going to keep the momentum going. Give me that Saints by 3. I'll take that any day of the week. So yeah. Next 1:00 game, our last 1:00 game. We got the Broncos traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. The Broncos are a 6-point favorite. The Broncos are coming off a win against the Giants, and the Jags are coming off a loss against the Texans. Mo, who do you got?
I got the Broncos, man. I do not like the Jags this year.
Yeah, me neither. I don't like the Jags either. They're a weird team. They're like literally the weirdest team I've ever seen in my entire life. Like I don't understand like their situation. Like first off, they don't like James Robinson. I'm convinced that they don't. You literally do not run the ball with him. You just let your quarterback throw the ball 51 times. Don't know why, but you let him throw it 51 times. Yeah. What was the point? Like, why are you putting that much emphasis on your quarterback? So, and also Teddy Bridgewater looked kind of decent. You know what I mean? I think the defense, Von Miller's back. He looked pretty good. He was pretty happy with Teddy Bridgewater. The offense is talented in Denver. Their defense is still very good. It's kind of a no-brainer when you look at it because the Jaguars are still really bad everywhere else. So, yeah, give me the Broncos. And by 6, I'll take that line too. I think Teddy's going to have a great game too. So that's where I stand. I got the Broncos in this one, man.
Same.
Yeah. All right. Our next, we got our first 4:00 game. We got the Vikings traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. The Cardinals are a 3.5-point favorite. The Vikings are coming off a loss against the Bengals, and the Cardinals are coming off a win against the Titans. Mo, who do you got?
I have the Cardinals easily. The Vikings defense, like They did not look good at all. Like, I don't know, like the Vikings were so hyped like this offseason, and then like they literally like just disappointed against the Bengals. And like, I mean, they still have good players. Like they have like Cook, Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins. But like, dude, after seeing what Kyler Murray did, like, it's just insane.
Yeah, me too. I'm on the same boat as you. I mean, the Cardinals, they're first off super talented everywhere else. Chandler Jones came into his own week one. And I mean, they're one of the hottest young teams in the game. You know what I mean? Of the Vikings, they could have been the Bengals. They had their chances, but they lost. And I mean, their defense did not show out. Like, they were injured last year, and I thought, maybe they would have improvements this year, but I'm not convinced about their defense. I'm not convinced about what happened. I'm high on the Cardinals right now. I mean, they got all the momentum. I mean, Kyler Murray is amazing, and he's coming off a big game. Give me the Cardinals by 3.5, man. I mean, there's really nothing else I can say because their offense is so good and their defense, their D line is like one of the better defensive lines in the league. So yeah, give me the Cardinals by 3.5, man. I'll take that any day of the week. But yeah, next up, we got the Falcons traveling to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. The Bucs are a 12.5-point favorite. The Bucs are coming off a big Thursday night win against the Cowboys, and the Falcons are coming off a loss against the Eagles. Mo, who do you got?
The Bucks. I mean, come on, are you serious? Like the Bucks easily. The Falcons do their defense. Oh my god, their defense is so bad. It's awful.
And their offense is pretty bad too, besides Calvin Ridley. I think they utilized Kyle Pitts too. So, I mean, it's no brainer. I mean, Tom Brady, first off, Tom Brady, the Bucs offense, the defense. I mean, can't go wrong with either of those. The Falcons, first off, Matt Ryan, you got to go, man. Like, you really got to go. Their offensive line is still very bad. I think Calvin Ridley is like the only bright spot on that team, in my opinion. And I mean, it's just a no-brainer with this. Like the Bucs easily, like they got this. I think they're probably gonna go back to Super Bowl again. Like they're probably the best team in the NFC right now. Really nothing else you can say. Like I think Tom Brady's gonna have a great game again. Give me the Bucs. They're a 12.5-point favorite. I think they're gonna win by double digits anyway. So I mean, give me the Bucs in this one. No brainer at all. Next up, our 425 game. We got the Cowboys traveling to Inglewood to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are a 3.5-point favorite. The Cowboys are coming off a loss against the Bucs on Thursday night, and the Chargers are coming off a win against Washington. Mo, who do you got?
Dude, this is gonna be a good game. I don't even know who to pick. I think I got the Chargers. I think I got the Chargers.
Okay.
But this is gonna be a great game.
Okay. What do you think? Why do you have the Chargers in this one?
Because like the Cowboys defense, they're just really like just not good. And
Okay.
I mean, like obviously like Herbert, like he's just like really good. I mean, he didn't do like amazing against Washington, but like he did enough to get the win. And I think I got the Chargers, but it's a very close game.
Yeah, I mean, I got the Chargers too. Like, I think that Justin Herbert, he's going to bounce back. I understand that, he played against Washington. They have a pretty good defense. I'm just going to say, like, he got the job done. You know what I mean? Like, he finished the game. He got them the win no matter what. He came out of it. The Cowboys, first off, I mean, Dak looks great, right? The run game is still so bad. Like, literally, like, Zeke could not catch a break. Like, I know he was playing against the number one run defense, but, like, dude, you really could not get one touchdown. You could not get one touchdown at all. I mean, besides that, I mean, the Cowboys wide receivers are great. I mean, okay, Amari Cooper, great. CeeDee Lamb, great. Michael Gallup, he's out, so he's on IR right now. Someone else has to step up. But like the Chargers, I mean, look at their offense too. Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Their offensive line, like Dillashaw, by the way, he played really good against Chase Young. Like he held him down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dillashaw is a great addition to the offensive line. So I think the Chargers are going to take this. This is going to be their first game at home as the Chargers because, the Rams had their first game at home. This is their first game at home as the Chargers. And I think that it would be a disappointment if they lose this game at home. Give me the Chargers in this one. It's going to be a very good game, very close game until the end. Oh, yeah. Next up, our last 425 game, we got the Titans traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. The Seahawks are a 5.5-point favorite. The Titans are coming off a disappointing loss against the Cardinals, and Seattle's coming off a big win against the Colts. Mo, who do you got?
I mean, I think the Seahawks are gonna win.
Okay.
I feel like the Titans, they still have a really good team, except their defense is just dude, they just could not stop the Cardinals. And like with such a high-powered offense like the Seahawks, I just can't see how they're gonna stop them.
Yeah, I'm the same way too. Like, I mean, Russell Wilson played like a madman out there. Like, he played really good, 254 and 4 touchdowns. Now, I will say, like, Chris Carson, he did fumble, but, he had a pretty good, decent game.
Who's the Seahawks play?
The Colts.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, Tyler Lockett had a great game too. DK Metcalf did great. The defense, they did pretty decent. I mean, they only allowed 10 points. So, I mean, hey, they played pretty decent too. The Titans, honestly, dude, like I said before, like their defense is going to hold them down. Like, literally, their defense is so bad that's going to hold them down. I don't care who you have. Julio Jones is obviously a great addition, but literally, just because you have a star wide receiver, if you have holes on every part of your team as well, including your offensive line, we did pretty bad against the Cardinals, then you're not going to win many games, no matter who you sign as a shiny new wide receiver. So I have doubts about the Titans. Like, this is not Ryan Tannehill's fault at all either. He literally does not have the protection or the time to get rid of the ball. So yeah, and Derrick Henry has to step up too, because he literally did not show up against the Cardinals. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to get the Seahawks in this one. Plus, they're playing in CenturyLink Field, or no, it's called Lumen Field now. It's not called CenturyLink Field anymore because they lost their naming rights. So Lumen Field, and it's one of the loudest stadiums in all of the NFL. So give me the Seahawks and 5.5-point favorite. Yeah, I'll take that. So yeah, our Sunday night game, we got the Chiefs traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Chiefs are a 3.5-point favorite. Chiefs are coming off a big win against the Browns, and the Ravens are coming off a huge loss against the Raiders on Monday night. Mo, who do you got?
I have the Chiefs. I mean, they're like the best team in the league. Literally, they made their team somehow even better in the offseason. And like the Ravens, like injuries have killed them like already in week 1. I mean, I hope this game is really close. And I think it will be, but I think the Chiefs are going to edge this one out.
I think the Chiefs are going to edge this one out too. I mean, I think the Chiefs are going to win this game overall. I really have no trust in the Ravens right now. Like, they lost so many players. The right side of the offensive line has to go. Like, it's really bad. Literally, Max Crosby was destroying Villanueva left, right, and center. And I can't imagine.
Crosby's underrated.
He is underrated. I agree with you on that. And I am just terrified of what Chris Jones is going to do to us on Sunday night. The Chiefs, they made their offensive line better. The Ravens did not. And the Ravens were like 8th in cap space. And I wish that they did what the Chiefs did by, making their offensive line a bit better, because we have enough money to sign. We just did not. We just signed a bunch of I'll say it, like they're maybe low to mid-tier players on the offensive line. Like, they're not that great. Like, Ronnie Staley is probably the only good offensive lineman on that team. Ever since we lost Marshall Yanda, our interior offensive line has not been the same. So I stand with the Chiefs on this one. I think first off, their team is a lot better. The offensive line is so much better. Patrick Mahomes is going to have a field day on this defense. Give me the Chiefs by 3.5. I'll take that line any day of the week. So yeah. And our last game, we are Monday Night Football. We got the Lions traveling to Green Bay, to Lambeau Field to take on the Packers. The Packers are an 11-point favorite. The Lions are coming off a disappointing loss against the Niners, and the Packers are coming off a disappointing loss against the Saints. Mo, who do you got?
I have the Packers. Now, listen here, okay? I get, like, the Saints, we play like trash, okay?
Yes.
It's the Lions, okay? They're a very bad team. I think we will make a bounce back, which we need. And yeah, I think we need to get the momentum going.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Packers on this one. I know Aaron Rodgers had one bad game, but for people that are write him off and tell him to retire, I think it's really dumb. I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to find a way to bounce back. First off, he's playing back at home. This is the first time that Green Bay will have fans. They're going to have fans at the games. Okay. You got Devontae Adams. You got Aaron Jones. You got Zadarius Smith on the D-line. The defensive coordinator, whoever he is, needs to draw better plays, because honestly, the secondary cannot hold it down. If you're going to target Kevin King every single game, then it's going to be a nightmare. You also like the Lions. First off, TJ Hawkinson is a great tight end, right? Jared Goff, he showed that he can play. He played pretty decent towards the end of the game. Also, Penei Sewell went back to his position of left tackle, who, he did great at that position, because he played right tackle in the preseason. He didn't do that great. So he moved to left tackle, and guess what? He did really good. So the Lions have that. The Lions defense is still really bad. Jeff Okudah is out with a torn Achilles. And honestly, it's a very young secondary. It's a young defense. I expect Aaron Rodgers to dot them up like all night. Give me the Packers. I know they're an 11-point favorite, but I think they're going to win by 7 in this game. And I expect them to bounce back nicely. So give me the Packers in this one. Yeah. And those are all the games for week 2. So Mo, I know you've been wanting to talk about this for a while, right? You want to talk about Auburn Penn State, the big game, week 3, Saturday night in Happy Valley. Just want to get your thoughts on this game.
Well, I mean, first off, I hope I get to watch it. Second off, I think I'm very excited, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. I mean, I sent you this on Twitter. James Franklin, he's interested in the USC job, so I mean, that's probably a really big distraction. But I mean, I don't know. I just hope Auburn wins.
Me too. I mean, and I think that it's going to be a great game. I really want them to win. I hope they do win. It'd be a very great momentum swing for us to go 3-0 in September, and then 4-0 because, we play Georgia State the week after that. It would be great to be undefeated in September. And, we're going into a tough environment, we're going to one of the toughest environments in all of college football. We've seen Bo Nix, what he did in Florida. He did not do great in 2019. And I hope this time around, he's more composed. We got Brian Harsin, our head coach, who makes adjustments, at least, you know what I mean? He makes adjustments, unlike the other guy that we had who did not. So I think that with Auburn going to Penn State, this is going to be a closer game than everyone thinks. I know Penn State's a favorite in this one, but I think it's going to be closer than everyone thinks. I think it's going to end up being a 1-possession game to end it. And I really don't know who to go with on this one. It's actually been one that's been on the top of my mind for the rest of the week on Pigskin Pick'em. I mean, on college Pick'em, where you have Auburn, Penn State. I've been kind of contemplating which way to go with this, and I might have my decision on Saturday, if I'm being honest with you. So I think this game's going to be really good. I think our run game, I know obviously Sean Shivers might not play because of COVID, but we got Williams, right? That's his name. Who's our running back? Who's our second string running back with Tank?
Darqueze Hunter.
Yeah.
Darqueze. It's a J.
Darqueze.
You moron.
I'm sleepy. I'm sorry.
Jarquez Hunter. Bigsby.
Got Tank. So I think our 1-2 punch at running back is going to be pretty good. And our offensive line's been playing decent. I know we didn't play great competition yet, but this is their true test right now, the offensive line. This is their true test right here. So we have to wait and see with that. So yeah, it should be a fun game on Saturday night. And hopefully you get to watch it too, Mo.
I know.
Yeah. All right. USC head coach, as we were talking about the head coaching job at USC, Clay Helton has been fired. He is gone after, I don't know how many years he's been with the Trojans. Mo, who do you think is going to take over next? I mean, we heard of Urban Meyer. He got asked about this today about the head coaching job at USC. Who do you see taking this job?
I think the Chiefs offensive coordinator.
Eric Bieniemy?
Yeah, because they say they're interested in him. And I think that'd be a great hire.
I think he should go to the college level. I think he'd do really great there. You know what I mean?
From California.
Yeah, I think he'd be a great addition. James Franklin's also one, but I really don't know why James Franklin would leave. I understand Ohio State is there, but Ohio State's not really the same team since Urban Meyer left. Obviously, they lost to Oregon, but I think they're going to bounce back later on this season. I think it's just a minor setback for a major comeback. But yeah, I think that with USC, I think Eric Bieniemy would be a perfect hire for that team. And plus, he deserves to get a head coaching job. It's been so long.
Facts.
Yeah. So please hire him. Someone.
I mean, I thought he was going to get one last year, but.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I thought he was going to get a head coaching job. I thought he'd maybe go to the Jags instead of Urban Meyer, but, they went that direction.
Strangely.
So see what happens with that. I mean, we probably should get a decision about this in the offseason because, it's only week 2 of college football. So yeah. Next up, we got Texas A&M quarterback Haynes King. He is out with a fractured ankle until mid-October. The Aggies struggled against Colorado last Saturday, and it just shows their quarterback play was not the best. Mo, what do you think about this injury? This is a big loss for Texas A&M.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna do like against big competition, and also like in Notre Dame, they almost got upset as well.
They almost lost to Toledo. Like they won by 4 points. So I don't know if you saw Cone. He like broke his finger. Then they they put it back. He dislocated it, and then they put it back. And then he went out there and the next play and threw a touchdown. What a boss. But anyway, it wasn't good. That's not good that you almost lost to Toledo. That's pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is up with this? Like Notre Dame, like they should not be ranked in the top 5. I'm just being honest with you right now. Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, like regarding A&M, like with Haynes King injured, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with them. They're going to have a long stretch. I really don't know how the Aggies will fare without him. I know Jimbo Fisher, he probably has a plan, but like losing Haynes King, he's a young guy, and I really wanted to see him do well.
Wait, he's out for the rest of the season?
No, he's out until mid-October, so he'll be back next month.
Oh,
but that's like 4 weeks. It's like about a month. So you have to wait and see with that, but it's just a really tough blow for them, and I don't know what's going to happen with them. Considering they're a top 5 team, I don't know what's going to happen to them now. So yeah, there's that. And our last thing we want to talk about is we got to talk about one of the biggest upsets that happened last Saturday. We saw Florida State lose to Jacksonville State. Florida State is a mess.
Hail Mary.
Yeah. Just a mess, like a whole mess. Like Florida State went in there, they played Notre Dame hard, but it just shows that Notre Dame is just really not that good. They're literally not that good. Florida State still needs a lot of work. They lost to Jacksonville State in front of all those fans. Imagine, Mo. Imagine all those fans at the game, and you go and you see your team lose to Jacksonville State. Like, how heartbreaking is that? Considering that it almost happened to Auburn 6 years ago, yeah, I kind of feel bad because, if that happened to us, then we know their pain. But we don't know their pain because we never lost to them. So yeah, I mean, Florida State, don't know where they can go from here, but I mean, you can only go up from here. And I really don't know what's going to happen to them. They still need a long time. They need like maybe 3-4 years, bro. Like they got a long way to go.
Facts. And also Texas lost to Arkansas.
Yeah, that was a big one. Honestly, I'm on the Arkansas bandwagon right now, dude. Like this is crazy how they're winning. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be sneaky in the West. Because Texas, man, you want to join the SEC and you do that, like you might have to reconsider. You know what I'm saying? So
dude, they're not gonna do good.
Oh yeah, don't forget about Oklahoma too. They struggled against Tulane out of all teams.
I think we talked about that.
We did. Already did. So yeah, not good for Texas. I know it's Sark's first year, but still. They went to Arkansas. I mean, I'm happy for Arkansas. Don't get me wrong, considering last year they got robbed by every game last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, I mean, that's all I got, man. I mean, that's all we got for this episode of Gridiron Entertainment, Season 2, Episode 8. Sorry for getting this out a little bit late. I'll probably get this out on Thursday because it's getting kind of late here and I got a flight to catch in the morning. So I'll probably have this all edited by Thursday morning. Or maybe Thursday afternoon before Thursday night kickoff, obviously. So yeah, I mean that's where I'm at. That's the show. Please listen to us on Spotify, follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. Until next time, I'm Omar.
And I'm Mo.
And we'll see you guys next time.